Welcome, Moon and Star, welcome. I heard you were thinking about playing the Elder Scrolls Online for the PvP again. Nerevar. How fun does a 10-year-old PvP MMO with servers that run off of literal scrib shit and the tears of salty forum posters sound to any sane individual? This poor excuse for a PvP game has had more class changes and reworks than there are known molecules in the universe. I swear the last time this game was any fucking fun was in the Flames of Ambition patch, before they added the most automatic AIDS PvP sets ever invented. I kid you not, Nerevar. I got one shot by fucking Hrothgar for 28k on my recap while getting 2v1'd, and I had 18k armor. These developers couldn't code a fucking quadratic equation even if you gave them an AI, let alone a functioning video game. Anyways, if you do decide to play this laggy, bloating pustule of an Elder Scrolls experience filled with 40-year-old loners looking for their next ego fix, the first step is choosing your alliance, which should be the Ebonheart Pact, as it is home to Morrowind. Next, your race, and I swear, Nerevar, if you make an Argonian, not even the most dense defensive sets will save you from my wrath. And finally, a suitable class. Do not be fooled by the latest expansion, Nerevar. The Arcanist is probably the most disappointing addition to the game since harvesting animations. We aren't touching that green glowing pile of dog shit with a 10-foot pole. Now that you are through the fun part of the game, you are going to need a 1vx build. Now, since I'm a god, I already have a 1vx playlist of my own, including over 100 clips. And I was on Christopher's top 5 at least 10 times. The music playing to my excellence is Juice WRLD and Screamo Rap, so I can properly articulate the skill and emotions involved in an outnumbered survival. What? You don't know what a 1vx is? Nerevar, did you just walk out of Hellra? Oh, sweet child, may the 9 divines have mercy on your zergling heavy attack Sork, fungal grotto, oaken soul dick ring wearing looking ass. 1vx is the ultimate art of the Elder Scrolls Online, the true endgame. It is the only true challenge and display of combat mastery. It's honestly the only thing that takes thumbs in this fucking game anymore, beside honoring the 6th house and the tribe unmourned, and Azura would back me up on this. I am sure this all going over your head anyways, because it requires more thought than putting down Wall of Elements and holding heavy attack at the enemy. But I digress. Nerevar, you must come prepared to PvP. What? You don't know what class to play? Honestly, I'm a bit disappointed. If I don't tell you anything, you would probably queue up for BGs wearing Reliquins and 20k HP like a literal human NPC. Well, if you want to actually participate, you should play Dragon Knight. However, everyone who isn't a Dragon Knight will call you a subhuman, degenerate, carried beta male scumbag, because their favorite class hasn't been hugged by Zenimax for 6 patches. This next class is my personal favorite, Nightblade. It lets me channel power worthy of a god like myself. By running Red Mountain, I can delete any Zergling in a 10-kilometer radius from one combo. You could also play Sork, but when wandering the streets of Imperial City, you may be confused for a walking trash can, or even worse, a healer. The Warden is another solid option, especially if you're overcompensating for something. Most of them feel the need to have 50k HP and hit like a one-armed 4-year-old kid with scoliosis. If I see you with this kind of build, Nerevar, I swear to the 9 divines I'll cast Power of the Light on your fucking PC and stack the damage with a machine gun. Speaking of which, Templar is one of the worst classes right now. Serves that scumbag Vivek right. But for real though, whose fucking genius idea was it to take a perfectly fine class spammable and delayed burst and make them hit less hard than fucking D-swing? If I had $1 for every time a skill changed that not a literal soul asked for, I could buy every item in the Crown Store, delete my account, then do it again in Chinese. And don't get me started on Necromancer. The only people who like to play Necro are the type of people who also love getting kicked in the balls on a Saturday evening. These people contribute nothing to society. They probably ride the bus IRL. Imagine being so useless you can't even drive a fucking car. It disgusts me. Game is still better than Mid-World though.